Years ago, I used to be a closet smoker. Now, it was not something I was proud of, which is why I didn't want anybody to know about it. But when I started smoking cigars, I was met with a crisis of conscience. Do I want to continue to keep it secret? Surprise, I didn't. Now, I know some of you are thinking, why in the world would it matter if you tell anybody that you smoke cigars? That's a dumb thing to even want to try and keep secret. But I'm in the South, and I've been brought up in church, and man, you just don't smoke cigars. Good grief. If people in the church find out you smoke cigars, they may think that you're going straight to hell. So I had that to contend with, but that really wasn't that big of a deal for me. I don't mind pushing buttons on church people especially, but I did struggle with whether or not I was going to let my kids know. Now, when I started smoking, I would have guys over here to the garage, and we'd smoke out here in the garage, and the kids would be inside with my wife, and I'd tell her to try and keep them away from me so that they wouldn't see us smoking because I didn't want to present a bad image for my children. But one night when my buddy was coming over, I told him, I said, I'm going to sit outside. We're going to sit. My kids are gone right now, but they're coming home, but I want them to see us smoking cigars. I totally put him on the spot. He has kids who are friends with my kids, and I'm sure he was thinking, I don't want your kids to know that I smoke cigars. I'm not in support of this. But as we were talking and waiting for my kids to show up, I was telling him my rationale behind it, that I used to smoke, and I said, I really just don't want to have what I call shadow habits. I said, shadow habits are what I think of whenever you have those secret things that you try and just enjoy to yourself, but you're ashamed of, and that you don't want others to know about because you don't want to have the conversation that's hard. You're scared of what somebody may say to you, that they'll tell you it's wrong and you don't want to have to defend yourself, or you're just scared that they won't approve, period. I'd explain how my journey with cigarettes was kind of challenging because there would be moments when I wanted to quit. I didn't want to spend any more money on it. I knew it was terrible for me and I didn't want to go down that route, but I didn't have any support because I didn't talk to anybody about it. I said, I don't want to model for my children shadow habits. I want them to be able to come to me if they're doing something that they are unsure of whether or not they should. I don't want their first reaction to be to try and hide it from me. So sure enough, my kids pull up and we're sitting there smoking the cigars and they all hop out of the van freaked out that daddy is smoking a cigar. My two middle kids came over and they just wanted to sit on my lap. They just wanted to be part of whatever was happening. And then they looked at me like, why are you smoking a cigar, Daddy? And my eldest, she ran inside. She got on the phone with her grandmother and said, Daddy's smoking a cigar. She's on the phone with her grandmother telling her how bad she thinks it is, how scared she is because she just read Ramona Quimby. And the dad in Ramona Quimby smoked cigarettes. And so she had a correlation with what Daddy was doing to a story she'd read. She hatched a plan with her grandmother and her grandmother encouraged her. And I'm glad that she did because it was really, really cute. She took a page right out of Ramona Quimby and started writing out all of these notes on why, Daddy, I don't want you to smoke. Daddy, I wish you could not smoke. Daddy, please stop smoking. And she posted them all over my office. I really appreciated it. I scooped her up. I told her how much I loved her, how much I appreciated the notes, that I really did hear her telling me how much she loved me. I let her know about the differences between cigars and cigarettes and how I do know that there are risks with cigars, but that the difference between cigars and cigarettes is so far apart that it really is not fair to compare the two. Over the next few days, I would still get more and more notes telling me how much she wished that I would not smoke, and I saved every single one of them. I talked to my wife about it afterwards and how much weight I felt had been lifted off of me because I wasn't hiding something from my kids. I know the concept of a shadow habit is far beyond what my child's ability to understand is at this point. But I hope that when that time comes, whenever they have something that they are wondering, should I let mommy and daddy know about this? I don't know. I hope that they can think back to that moment when they first walked in and saw me having a cigar and then the conversation that we had afterwards. I want to challenge you, if there is anything that you're doing right now that would be considered a shadow habit, that thing you know is not the best for you, it could lead you down a path that you really don't want to go, but you're just scared to talk to anybody about it, do yourself a favor and talk to the people who love you in your life. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're in, it's better if you bring it out instead of keeping it in the shadows. The pain, discomfort, tension that you face now, whenever you bring it to light, will be so much less than what it will be if it gets out of control and then others find out without you being able to tell them. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story about my bringing to light a potential shadow habit, and hopefully it challenged you. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up, put something down in the comment section, share it on social media, and I will see you next time when we can share a cigar and change the world.